Once upon a time, in a big house, there lived a kind woman named Sarah. She was married to a man named John, and they loved each other very much. They had a beautiful little house with a lovely garden, and they were very happy together. But Sarah's mother-in-law, Grandma Mary, lived with them. Grandma Mary was not a kind person. She would say mean things to Sarah and make her feel sad. She would yell at her and make her do all the housework. She would criticize the way Sarah cooked, cleaned, and even took care of John. Every day, Sarah would wake up early to make breakfast for John and Grandma Mary. She would make sure everything was perfect, but Grandma Mary would always find something wrong. "The eggs are too runny," she would say. "Or the toast is too burnt." Sarah would try her best, but nothing seemed to be good enough. John would come home from work, and Grandma Mary would tell him all the bad things Sarah had done that day. John would get upset and scold Sarah, even though she didn't do anything wrong. Sarah would try to explain, but John wouldn't listen. She felt all alone and very sad. One day, Sarah was feeling especially low. She was scrubbing the floor, and Grandma Mary was standing over her, yelling at her to do it again because it wasn't clean enough. Sarah started to cry. She didn't know what to do. She loved John, but she couldn't take Grandma Mary's abuse anymore. She got up, wiped her tears, and went to John. "I need to talk to you," she said. John was surprised, but he listened. "Your mom is being very mean to me," Sarah said. "She yells at me and makes me feel bad." "I don't like it." John looked surprised, and for a moment, he didn't say anything. But then, he took Sarah's hand and said, "I'm sorry, Sarah. I didn't know it was that bad. I'll talk to Mom." And he did. He talked to Grandma Mary, and Grandma Mary apologized to Sarah. She said she was sorry and promised to be kinder. At first, it was hard for Grandma Mary to change. She would forget and start yelling again, but John and Sarah would gently remind her. Slowly, Grandma Mary started to change. She started to help Sarah with the housework and even learned to cook some dishes herself. As time went by happier place, Sarah and John would laugh together and Grandma Mary would smile. They would have family dinners together and everyone would share stories about their day. Sarah realized that she didn't have to put up with abuse from anyone, not even her mother-in-law. She stood up for herself, and John supported her. They worked together to make their home a loving place. Years went by and John and Sarah had children of their own. They would tell them stories about Grandma Mary and how she learned to be kind. The children loved Grandma Mary and she loved them too. She would play with them, bake cookies with them, and tell them stories. And Sarah was grateful that she had stood up for herself. She had a happy family.